Hi, I'm Melanie from Parenting High Schoolers, and today I am here to talk to you about a life skill, and that is directionality. And that might seem like a weird word and a weird skill to teach as a life skill, but I'm here to say, as a mom of a now 23 and a now 20, and a soon to be driver, directionality is huge. So let's talk about some examples of what I mean. First, when your child is learning how to drive and you think they know how to get all the places, such as obviously they know how to get to school, but do they know how to get to all of your favorite places that you're going to ask them to run errands to? So the answer to some of those is probably yes. But are you sure that they know the directions and the easiest and quickest way to all of them? Another one would be travel. Now, up until, probably recently, your kids will travel with you as they are children. But there will come a time when they take a trip without you, when they take a trip alone, when they head to school on their own, or come back. You take them to school and then they come back. So, some things that you need to think about are what can I do to help them? So, first thing, for example, when you're headed to the grocery store, ask your 8-year-old or 12-year-old or 15-year-old, tell me how to get to where we're going and see if they can do it. Do they know which way to turn? Do they know the whole way? Are they comfortable and assured with that knowledge? Another thing that they should probably know is how to get to Walmart, how to get to maybe the dry cleaners. So make sure as you're running errands and from place to place. So let's say you're at the grocery store and you remember, oh, I need to run to the bank, and maybe you bank at more than one bank. So do they know how to get you from place to place? They're not necessarily driving, but when we realized with our oldest son that he did not know, he knew generally where to go, but I would send him on an errand and it would take forever. And I would call him and say, "Where are you?" Well, he did make it to wherever he was going, but some wrong turns were made. He thought it was where, one place and then ended up in a different place. So that took a while, and that's when we realized, oh my goodness, he does not know. So don't assume that your kids know where to go when they get the keys to the car. Another place that they need to be directionality strong is the movie theater. Do they know when they start going to the movie with friends where the exits are if there's an emergency? That's the first thing we always taught our kids, is look for the exit signs. Not because of a bad thing, but you just never know if something's going to come up. Also, when they get to the movie theater, have them help you remember where you park, so that they learn to start figuring out where they park when they come back out. I still struggle with this as just a busy mom with a million things on my mind. So it's actually kind of a nice job to assign to one of your kids. Help mom remember where the car is and teach them to see the poles that are in the parking lot, like C4 or B6 or whatever. Or that they're the third row from the end and they're facing the store or the sun, or figure out a way to teach them. So that's another really big skill, because all of a sudden you're going to ask them to start running errands and they may spend 15 minutes looking for their car afterwards because they forgot that they needed to remember where to look, or that was something necessary. That's a necessary piece of information, is where did you park? So also in a grocery store, directionality. So start to teach them, even though probably if they've gone with you enough, they inherently know where the produce is, where the meat is, maybe where dairy is. But as you're shopping with them, maybe say, okay, today I want you to, let's go to to produce. Where is that? And see if they can get you there in the store. And then start building from there. And show them like your favorite brands, and show them how to compare prices. That's a totally different episode, but directionality is huge. Okay, going to a hospital or an airport, show them that there are signs for where to go based on the gate that they need to be at or the airline. They also need to, in a hospital or even a mall, they show them that map. This is where we are, and kind of show them how you know that besides the X, say, okay, that's the door we came in. We parked in the underground parking. We came through here. So show them how that works, because we don't use maps anymore in real life, really. And we don't have them in our cars anymore. And what if GPS is down, or what if their phone dies? What if their charger isn't in the phone? They need to know where they are. So back to driving, they really need to be familiar with all the places that you go to. If grandma's is a place that you go often, or there's a special store where you get your coffee, all of those need to be familiar to your child. Discuss direction. I know a lot of adults don't know north, south, east, west. But if you can orient yourself or teach them to orient themselves, okay, anytime you're on this side of town, this is north. So if anyone ever says, it's north of town, at least they kind of are familiar with what is up there. So for us, north of town starts at about where my kids go to high school. We live central, and my sister lives south. So directionality, north to south is sort of already familiar, and I can give them landmarks. And again, they need to know east to west. And that was one thing that some people are going to give direction, saying, well, go east 3 blocks. Well, they at least need to be familiar with the area. So show them, teach them to use landmarks on their way to different places. So when you see that Walgreens, you are almost to church, or wherever you're going. So that is my big lesson for the day, as far as don't let your kid turn 16 and you hand them the keys to the car and you think they're going to go run 3 errands for you, and they don't come back for 2 hours when it should have taken 45 minutes. It could be because they don't know where they know where they're going, but they don't. So this is something that you can teach them very young. I mean, my kids, once I knew my oldest son wasn't really sure where he was 16, my oldest was 9. And honestly, at 9, my youngest was probably better. He just paid attention. He could tell me a place that he wanted to go visit, and I'd say, can you get me there? 9 times out of 10, he really could. So make directionality a life skill. And it's super fun to, maybe make a scavenger hunt sometimes. But really, in your day-to-day life, it is not a hard thing to add into just discussion and conversation, which again is an awesome thing to have conversations with your teens. So directionality and self-awareness. Where are you? If you had to leave through that exit sign, from there, where's your car? So again, I encourage you to talk to your teens about this, so that when they are ready to start being more independent of you, they can get where you want them and where they want to go. So I appreciate you listening. Give me a thumbs up if you like this today, and please follow me on this YouTube channel.